Hello again. Today we're going to do another tune and apply all the fundamental things that we've been talking about to this tune as well. And it is a real fiddle tune that really gets played out there. And so here we go. It's going to be called, it has been called, Rubber Dolly. Here we go. Rubber Dolly. This is out of the key of A, again, in your A scale. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Now, in this tune, if you've watched some of the previous videos, Mary Had a Little Lamb uses 4 of those notes. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star uses 6 of those notes. And this tune is going to use 6 of those notes as well. So let's just get started. Here we go. The first bit sounds like this, up to speed. So I played the F sharp and the A together there, but you don't have to do that. So this part here will be C sharp, B, A, F sharp, F sharp. Okay, C sharp, B, A, F sharp, F sharp. And like we've talked about in other videos, repetition or the motifs in these melodies that repeat are your friend. And so here we go. Here's a little bit that makes it easy. It just does the same thing again, except instead of ending up on this second finger, the F sharp on the D, it ends up on the first finger on the D string, an E. So that's going to be like this in practice. C sharp, B, A, E, E. So that's and now we walk up to the E like this. C sharp, let me play it in tune. A, C sharp, D, E, again, A, C sharp, D, E, E, and then to get to the middle of the tune, D, C sharp, B, C sharp. So that's D, C sharp, second finger, A string, B, C sharp. Now, again, these patterns are your friend. And so a lot of fiddle tunes have symmetry. Meaning the first part sounds a lot like the first half sounds a lot like the second half. And so by learning the first half, you've learned a large part of the second half of the tune. And so same way here with Rubber Dolly. We do the same thing again we did in the beginning. Okay, again, that's C sharp, B, A, F sharp, F sharp. C sharp, B, A, E, E. In terms of fingers, second finger, first finger, open A, second finger on the D, second finger on the D. Again, second on the A, first on the A, open A, first finger on the D. Okay? And then you've seen this lick before. So you could do that two different ways. I think the most, I don't know, kind of fiddly way is to use your fourth finger there, but you can do either really. For some reason, and this is, just ignore this if it is meaningless to you, but whenever you have these open notes, a lot of times in fiddling, you'll play your fourth finger and an open string. So here it's like, I could just play that E, or like we talked about in the previous videos, this fourth finger can catch that same note on this string. So I could go, but there's just something that seems to come out that makes me want to go and catch that double note. You hear it a lot. That's just the way it is. Do it either way, okay? And then there's again, similar melody, except one note different, okay? It just goes all the way back down home to A, down the scale, okay? So we'll take it from here. And then D, C sharp, B, A. Now, there you go. And so let's do that again. The other thing I would encourage you to do at this point is start singing along with yourself. You don't have to do it while you're playing if you don't want to, but I think it helps solidify these melodies in your brain and connects that singing part of us with this. And some of the greatest musicians on the planet, like that's ever been on the planet, I should say, like Keith Jarrett, who's thankfully still with us, and Oscar Peterson. You listen to their piano players, jazz piano players, and just otherworldly, nearly. And but you listen to the recordings, and you can actually hear them in the background. They kind of sing along with themselves. So don't be afraid to, while you're playing along with this, just try to get your voice to sing along with what you're playing. So da 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 da. Okay. Also remember, okay, this tune Its home, like we talked about on Boiled Cabbage, A. Rubber Dolly's home is A. In fact, if you play the same melody in the key of C, it's this other tune called Back Up and Push, but that has other variations and stuff. But if you say the words Rubber Dolly, everybody at the jam session or wherever you are is going to think A, okay? But that's not to say you can't use this same melody to get comfortable with other keys. And so by now it's probably becoming a bit too repetitious, but you can move it over to a different key by just jumping over to the other string. And so move it from A, you can move it over to D. So that's a little trick here that you can do. You can move it over to E. Like we talked about, by moving one string over and using the same finger patterns. The other thing to remember here is that you can apply all the same concepts as before with trying to work out your wrist. And this idea of improvisation that we talked about with Mary Had a Little Lamb. This song is great for that, just because it has holds. So first, most importantly, get that melody in your head. Right? But for me, like when I'm playing this, let's see what might happen. Just something like that, as simple as that. Just a dun dun dun. And do that similar thing. Just lift up your finger and put it back down in time. And just play that open D note behind. Just something that came into my mind. I don't know. And here you can go, maybe I would go up like this. Or maybe like... So try to work out a couple little notes. Not big, but just something that you come up with that you like over this melody. And then the other thing that you can do I don't know if you heard that siren outside, but thought I'd try to match it. Anyway, so the other thing that you can do with this tune is you can begin to play double stops. And by double stops, I mean 2 notes together. Harmony. And this is a great tune to do that on. Okay? So after you've gotten these notes down, all you have to do, and I say all, but it's hard to get your hand to pull at the right angle to make the sound nice and play 2 strings at once. So it's probably going to sound a little off at first, and that's okay. It's not easy. But the goal, all you have to do is just play this E string at the same time you're playing on the A string. Like this. See? I'm playing C sharp and the E string at the same time. The B against the E, and the A, open A against the E. And then you can do the same thing on the D string. Just play the A against the notes on your D string. So you can go and then play your F sharp, but then tilt your bow just back enough to catch the A string as well. Do it again. C sharp against the E, B against the E, A against the E, and then play your E note against the A string as well. So here's what that might sound like. Now there, I played single notes, but the truth is that on this tune, you can play through the whole thing using this higher string to play. It's called a drone, like a bagpipe drone. But really it's a double stop, so you're learning to play chords in harmony and get your bow in the right position. And, you know, why not start sooner rather than later? And this is a great tune to start on. And so if you're going to play it all the way through like that, it would sound like this. So you go, yeah. So that would be a double up with your E on this one. If you feel like that just way overcomplicates things, you don't have to do that. You can just go over and play an open E at that part, and it'll sound great. Okay. So so that's the tune, Rubber Dolly, and the different ways you can use that tune to work on bowing, to work on improvisation by just adding a few notes here or there, out of the key of A, or out of that scale, and then also to work on adding in that idea of playing two strings at the same time. So that's a lot, and it's certainly, if you feel like a challenge, or feel like it is a challenge, it is, and but time, repetition will get you to the place where that starts to feel a lot easier, and then you can take the next steps. Alrighty, well, thank y'all. That's Rubber Dolly. See you.